You threw it in the trash. Seniors are stockpiling it by the crate, and if winter 2025 hits like Noah predicts, that junk could be the only thing between you and disaster. Stick around, because number 7 will make you sprint to the store. I'm dead serious. No hello, no music cue. Just this. NOAA's latest winter anomaly briefing says the polar vortex is wobbling like a drunk shopping cart wheel. If it snaps loose, the first thing to vanish isn't snow. It's the grid. ATMs freeze, phones brick, and the only thing still talking to you is the howling wind. This isn't some hypothetical doomsday scenario cooked up in a bunker. This is the cold, hard, data-backed reality that the folks who actually study the sky are whispering about. Hey, I'm not guessing. I spent 3 weeks buried in NOAA's 2025 winter anomaly briefings, AAP's silent stockpile survival guides, and Canadian Red Cross blackout logs. I even went undercover in Prepper Over 60, where seniors swap apocalypse hacks, a subreddit TikTok actually banned for being too real. What I found? Chilling. This isn't your grandma's stock up on soup advice. This is battlefield intel from people who survived the Texas grid collapse, Quebec's iced tsunami, and the Midwest blackout of 2024. And they're quietly bracing for something weirder. Something that could make those past disasters look like a mild inconvenience. I'm not here to sell fear. I'm here to hand you the grocery list that kept my neighbors, mostly grandmas and grandpas, warm, fed, and calm through 3 statewide blackouts. 12 items, all low-tech, all under $10 if you shop like a senior on a Tuesday. Copy them now, argue later. In this video, you'll uncover the 12 bizarre, brilliant, borderline paranoid items that become absolutely essential when the world vanishes for 72 hours straight. You'll learn why a $1 grocery item you tossed last Tuesday is now worth its weight in gold. Why wool socks are more critical than your $300 power bank. How cold, hard cash becomes your only lifeline when ATMs freeze solid. And why number 11, something so simple, so old school, is already saving lives in minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit Alaska and costs less than your morning coffee. This isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving with a bit of old school wisdom. Here's where you come in. Comment right now. What's happening in your town? Are batteries vanishing off shelves? Are candles suddenly $12? Did you see seniors quietly clearing out the hardware aisle, like it's the last days of civilization? I'm featuring the craziest, wildest replies in next week's video. And I'll tag you if yours gets picked. Don't skip a second. Number 7. It changes everything. Section 1. Cash. The quiet king. Problem. When the power dies, plastic is just a rectangle. You can wave that fancy credit card at a dead POS terminal all you want. It's not going to buy you a loaf of bread, let alone a tank of gas for the generator. Electronic systems, digital payments, even your trusty Venmo, they all rely on a grid that's surprisingly fragile. When the towers go dark, your digital wallet turns into a very expensive paperweight. Solution: 1 coffee tin, fireproof, stuffed with nothing bigger than a 10. Seniors, they stockpile cash in small bills. Do you know why? Because they remember Texas, 2021. Power out, ATMs frozen solid, literally. Card readers, dead as a doornail. Banks, locked up tighter than a submarine hatch. For 5 days, cash was king. If you didn't have it, you were eating cold beans, standing in line, hoping someone would take your Venmo request. Good luck with that in a blizzard. Seniors fold 5 singles tight so they don't bulge. Easier to hand a snowplow guy 3 crisp 5s than ask for change of a 20 he can't break. Marge from Buffalo, 68, sharp as a tack, says it plain. You can't bribe a snowplow driver with Apple Pay. And she's right. When the roads vanish under ice and your driveway looks like a skating rink, that guy with the plow, he's not checking his phone for PayPal. He's checking his palm for 20s, or 10s, or even 5s. Doesn't matter. He wants paper. 73% of seniors over 65 keep at least $300 in small bills. Not because they're paranoid, but because they're prepared. Younger folks, I'll just tap my phone. Cool. Tell that to the gas station generator that died, or the diner that's running on candles and goodwill. Cash talks, always has, always will, especially when the world goes quiet and cold. Pro tip: Keep your smart fireproof tin, locked box, hidden spot, but not the sock drawer. Seriously, someone tried that. Found mold and sadness? Hide the tin behind the bag of rice. Burglars look for drawers, not pantries. Keep it dry. Keep it hidden. Keep it small bills. Simple. You'll thank yourself when the wind howls and the screens go black. Section 2. Hand crank. No AA radio. Problem. Cell towers ice up faster than sidewalks. Your smartphone, that little supercomputer in your pocket, is useless without a network. And when the grid goes down, those cell towers are often the first to follow, leaving you completely in the dark about what's happening outside your four walls. News updates. Emergency broadcasts? Forget about it. You're left guessing, and guessing in a blizzard is a dangerous game. Solution. A radio that eats elbow grease. Seniors, they rely on hand-crank no AA radios. Do you know why? Because this low-tech marvel is your lifeline to information. 1 minute of cranking equals 20 of weather alerts, plus a flashlight bright enough to find the bathroom in the dark. It doesn't need batteries you forgot to buy or a power outlet that's gone cold. It just needs your effort. Buy the model with USB out. It won't fast charge your phone, let's be real. But it will trickle enough juice to boot a dead phone for one emergency call. That single call could be the difference between getting help and being completely isolated. Pro tip. Rotate the crank clockwise only. Counterclockwise wastes gears and wears out the mechanism faster than you can say polar vortex. Test it monthly, just like you would a smoke detector. Make sure you know how to tune it to your local NUAA weather band before the snow flies. Section 3. Contractor bags and duct tape. Problem. Pipes burst, windows crack, roofs leak. A severe winter storm isn't just about the cold, it's about the damage. A single burst pipe can flood your home, turning a minor inconvenience into a major disaster. A cracked window can let in freezing drafts that rapidly drop your indoor temperature to dangerous levels. Modern homes aren't always built for resilience against extreme, prolonged weather events, and quick fixes are often the only option when professional help is days or even weeks away. Solution. A 3mm bag and a strip of tape turn into a poncho, a bucket, a windblock, even a diaper for a busted water heater. Seniors, they swear by contractor bags and duct tape. Do you know why? Because these aren't just for trash. These are multi-tool survival items. These tough materials serve multiple emergency uses, wrapping burst pipes to slow leaks, creating emergency ponchos or boot liners to stay dry, sealing drafts on windows and doors to keep precious heat in, isolating wet areas, catching snowmelt for non-potable uses, or even making improvised bivy shelters if you absolutely have to. When the grid is down and the hardware store is closed, this combo is your emergency repair kit. Seniors double bag the first 2 gallons of meltwater, then label "flush only" with Sharpie so nobody takes a swig by candlelight. Trust me, you don't want to mix those up. Pro tip. Keep a roll of contractor bags and several rolls of high-quality duct tape in an easily accessible spot. Don't cheap out on the tape. The dollar store stuff won't hold when it matters most. Practice a few simple emergency repairs now, so you're not fumbling in the dark and cold when disaster strikes. Section 4. Battery CO detector. Problem. Generator out in the snow, CO inside the lungs. When the power goes out, people get creative to stay warm. That often means firing up gas generators, propane heaters, or even charcoal grills indoors. These devices are great for temporary heat or power, but they produce carbon monoxide, a silent, odorless killer. You won't see it, you won't smell it, but it will put you down faster than you can say hypothermia. Solution. A 9-volt detector that screams even when the house current doesn't. Seniors, they always have a battery-powered CO detector. Do you know why? Because during outages, they know they might use alternative heating sources. A battery-powered CO detector near sleeping areas is absolutely essential. Mount it knee-high. CO hugs the floor, remember that. And this isn't a set-it-and-forget-it item. Pro tip. Tape a spare battery right to the casing, dated in Sharpie. Retirees swear by December 1st as swap day, Same day they flip the calendar to the new grandkid photo. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a life-saving habit. Make sure to test it regularly, just like your smoke alarms. Your life and the lives of those you care about depend on it. Section 5. Wool socks, 3 pair. Minimum. Problem: cotton kills. One damp step and your warmth drops like a stone. Cotton might feel soft and breathable in summer, but in winter, especially during an emergency, it's your enemy. It absorbs moisture, holds it against your skin, and rapidly wicks away body heat. A little dampness from sweat or snow, and you're inviting hypothermia, even indoors. Solution: merino wool, mid-calf, no blends above 20%. Seniors, they stockpile wool socks, not cotton. Do you know why? Because wool retains warmth even when damp, unlike cotton, which loses all insulating properties when wet. Merino wool is the gold standard: soft, non-itchy, and incredibly effective at regulating temperature. You want mid-calf socks to protect your ankles and lower legs. Forget the cheap blends. You want at least 80% wool. These aren't just for keeping your feet warm, they're for preventing frostbite and hypothermia, critical during prolonged cold exposure. Pro tip: roll 2 pairs inside a clean coffee can in the car. The can doubles as a scoop for snow melt and keeps mice from turning your insulation into nesting. Stock at least 3 pairs for every person, 1 on your feet, 1 drying, and 1 spare. For ultimate foot warmth and circulation, pair a high-quality wool sock with full-grain leather boots, as recommended by TaxSkills for winter survival. Section 6. Manual can opener. Problem: electric ones are doorstops without juice. You've got a pantry full of canned goods, beans, soup, tuna, fruit cocktail. Great for survival, right? Absolutely. Until the power goes out, and your fancy electric can opener, the one that glides through steel with ease, becomes nothing more than a glorified paperweight. Suddenly, that crucial food supply is locked away behind an impenetrable metal barrier. Solution: the old crank kind with thick steel handles. Seniors, they always have a manual can opener. Do you know why? Because when the grid fails, this simple mechanical tool ensures you can access your stored food. This isn't about convenience, it's about calories. A sturdy, old-school model with a good crank mechanism is what you need. Pro tip: if arthritis is an issue, wrap the grip with foam pipe insulation. $2 at the hardware store, scissors do the rest. It provides a thicker, softer grip that's easier on stiff fingers. And here's a classic senior move: oil the hinge with cooking spray once a year so it glides like gossip at bingo. A little maintenance now means it won't seize up when you need it most. Section 7. Batteries by the alphabet problem. Every forgotten gadget speaks AAAAAD9V. You've got flashlights, radios, emergency lanterns, CO detectors, all vital during an outage. But each one demands a different power source. Scrambling in the dark to find the right battery size for a critical device is a recipe for frustration and wasted time, potentially when seconds count. Solution: buy in bulk, date the side with a silver Sharpie, store in a plastic ice cream tub with a snap lid. Seniors, they manage their batteries like a pro. Do you know why? Because they understand that power outages make every battery a precious commodity. Flashlights, radios, smoke, and CO alarms, they all require batteries, and usually in different sizes. Stock up on AA, AA, CD, and 9V. Pro tip: date the side of each battery with a silver Sharpie when you buy them. This helps you rotate your stock, using the older ones first, ensuring you always have fresh power. Store them all together in a plastic ice cream tub with a snap lid. And here's a true senior hack. Keep one tub at ankle height under the bed. Earthquake or tornado, they can feel for it in the dark without climbing or fumbling around. It's about accessibility and readiness, no matter the emergency. Section 8. Paper maps. Problem: GPS drifts when towers freeze. Your phone's GPS is fantastic when it has a signal, when the satellites are talking to the towers, and when your phone has battery life. In a widespread grid down scenario, or even just a localized tower outage due to ice, your digital navigation becomes a fancy brick. Getting lost in a blizzard, trying to find a warming shelter, or even just a safe route to a friend's house is a terrifying prospect. Solution: state highway map in the glove box, county map in the pantry drawer. Seniors, they keep physical paper maps. Do you know why? Because when GPS and phones fail, a good old-fashioned paper map becomes your most reliable guide. It doesn't need power, it doesn't need a signal, and it won't freeze. Pro tip: circle 3 critical spots on your maps: nearest pharmacy, warming shelter, and a trusted family member's house like your daughter's. Laminate them with packing tape so sleet doesn't smudge the ink and so they can withstand repeated handling in less than ideal conditions. Keep one in your glove box and a master copy at home. This isn't just about finding your way, it's about having a tangible plan for escape or assistance when all else fails. Section 9. Hard candy. Problem: low blood sugar turns a blackout into a blackout. Stress, cold, and irregular meals can wreak havoc on blood sugar levels, especially for seniors. A sudden drop can lead to dizziness, confusion, and even loss of consciousness, turning an already difficult situation into a critical medical emergency. You need a quick, reliable source of energy that doesn't spoil. Solution: peppermints, butterscotch, sour balls, anything sealed. Seniors, they always have hard candy on hand. Do you know why? Because it provides quick glucose for energy and morale during stressful, cold situations. These aren't just a treat, they're a vital energy boost. Pro tip: keep one in every coat pocket, one bag in the nightstand, and a few stashed in your car kit. Seniors prefer wrapped candy. No sticky fingers when gloves are on, and it stays clean. A critical warning: avoid sugar-free varieties. Winter stress plus sorbitol equals unwanted bathroom expeditions. And trust me, you don't want digestive issues when the plumbing might be questionable and the temperatures are plummeting. Stick to the classics for a reason. Section 10. Vinyl gloves. Problem: frozen metal slices. Skin, bleach water cracks it. Handling cold, sharp, or potentially contaminated items during a winter emergency can lead to cuts, infections, and severely chapped hands. Trying to wrestle a burst pipe, pour gas for a generator, or even just clean up debris with bare hands in sub-zero temperatures is not only painful but dangerous. Solution: box of medium-grade vinyl under every sink. Seniors, they stock up on vinyl gloves. Do you know why? Because they offer essential protection for your hands without breaking the bank. These disposable gloves are incredibly useful for everything from protecting your skin against icy metal to handling fuel for the generator, or even basic sanitation tasks. Pro tip: keep a box of medium-grade vinyl gloves under every sink in your house and one in your car kit. They tear less than nitrile in sub-zero temperatures and cost half as much, making them a practical and affordable choice for widespread use. Don't underestimate the simple protection they offer. Healthy hands are critical for survival tasks. Section 11. Matches in a metal tin. Problem: lighters clog with ice. Piezo igniters quit. Modern lighters, with their intricate mechanisms and fluid, are notoriously unreliable in extreme cold or damp conditions. Piezoelectric igniters, common in many gas stoves and utility lighters, often fail when wet or just too cold. When you absolutely need a flame for warmth, cooking, or signaling, you can't afford a failure. Solution: strike anywhere matches, heads down, in a Band-Aid tin. Seniors, they rely on matches in a metal tin. Do you know why? Because moisture-proof matches are critical for fire starting when lighters fail. This old-school method is robust and reliable. Pro tip: use strike anywhere matches, if legal in your area, and store them heads down in a small, waterproof metal tin, like an old Band-Aid tin. Add a strip of fine sandpaper inside the lid for a reliable striking surface. Test 3 every November. If one snaps or fails to light, swap the whole batch. And for double insurance, a classic retiree move: tape a phosphorus chunk from an old matchbook to the underside of the lid. This simple trick ensures you always have a backup ignition source, even if the tin striker wears out. This isn't just about fire, it's about warmth, cooking, and signaling. Section 12. Physical address. Book. Problem. Clouds evaporate when servers go dark. Your entire contact list lives in your phone, synced to the cloud, accessible everywhere, until the grid goes down. Suddenly, all those critical phone numbers for family, doctors, emergency services, and local help are completely inaccessible. You can't call for help if you don't remember the number, and you can't look it up if your phone is a dead slab of glass. Solution. A pocket-sized notebook. Write in pen, not pencil. Pencil smears when wet. Seniors, they maintain a physical address book. Do you know why? Because a hard copy contact list is absolutely vital when phones and cloud services are inaccessible. It's a non-negotiable backup. Pro tip. List. Kids, doctor, plumber, the snow removal guy who still takes cash, local emergency numbers, even your insurance agent. Write in pen, not pencil. Pencil smears when wet, rendering your critical information unreadable. And here's the ultimate safeguard. Photocopy the pages, stash a copy in your safe deposit box, or with a trusted out-of-state family member. If the house burns down or is damaged beyond recovery, that copy survives. This isn't just a convenience. It's a critical piece of your personal information infrastructure. Section 13. Winter clothing layer. Hack problem. Bulky coats snag on walkers and seatbelts. Traditional heavy winter coats might keep you warm, but they can be cumbersome, restrictive, and even dangerous for seniors, especially those with mobility challenges. Snagging on a walker, struggling to get into a car, or simply feeling weighed down can prevent necessary movement and make emergency situations even more difficult. Solution. Thin wool base layer, thrift store cashmere sweater, wind shell one size big. Seniors, they've mastered the art of layering for winter. Do you know why? Because it offers superior warmth and flexibility without the bulk. Start with a wicking base layer, preferably thin wool, to draw moisture away from your skin. Add a warming layer, like a thrift store cashmere sweater. Cashmere is incredibly warm for its weight. Top it off with a wind and water-resistant shell, one size larger than usual to accommodate the layers and allow for movement. This system traps air for insulation and allows you to adjust to changing temperatures without overheating or getting clammy. Pro tip. Seniors tuck hand warmers in the wrist cuff. Blood flows past the radial artery and warms fingers without giant mittens that interfere with pill planners or fine motor tasks. This small hack makes a huge difference in overall comfort and dexterity, which is crucial when you might be performing tasks in the cold. Section 14. The 72-hour senior pack. Problem. Evacuation buses won't wait for you to pack. In a rapid onset emergency like a sudden blizzard or a grid collapse, authorities might initiate an evacuation. If you're not ready, if you have to scramble to gather essentials, you risk being left behind, or worse, arriving at a shelter without the specific items you need as a senior. Time is of the essence, and preparedness is paramount. Solution. A pre-made kit with food that chews easy on dentures, a cane light, and 6 Ensure bottles. Seniors, they have their 72-hour senior pack ready to go. Do you know why? Because specialized kits like the senior pack are tailored for their unique needs during emergencies. This isn't just a generic bug-out bag. It's a thoughtfully assembled collection of items designed with senior-specific vulnerabilities in mind. Pro tip. Keep it by the front door with the handles facing out. Grab and go in under 10 seconds. This kit should include non-perishable food that's easy to chew and digest, like soft energy bars or the aforementioned Ensure bottles. Include any essential medications with a copy of prescriptions, a cane light for nighttime mobility, a survival blanket, and sanitation supplies. Crucially, tape your driver's license photocopy to the top. Shelter staff move faster when IDs are visible and readily available, speeding up your check-in process during a chaotic situation. Section 15. Home winterizing. Quick wins. Problem. Heat escapes through holes you never notice. Your home might feel solid, but in an extreme winter, tiny cracks, gaps, and poorly insulated areas become massive heat sinks. You're literally paying to heat the outdoors, and during a power outage, every degree of lost warmth is a step closer to dangerous cold. Identifying and sealing these hidden leaks is vital for retaining precious heat. Solution: shove steel wool in mouse gaps, slip foam pipe sleeves over exterior faucets, and hang a quilt against the attic hatch. Seniors, they know the home, winterizing quick wins. Do you know why? Because these simple, low-cost actions can significantly improve your home's thermal efficiency. Pro tip: do one room a day. By week's end, the gas bill drops enough to fund the grandkid's birthday card. Shove steel wool in any mouse gaps or small holes around pipes and wires. It deters rodents and blocks drafts. Slip foam pipe sleeves over exterior faucets and exposed pipes in unheated areas to prevent freezing and bursting. And hang a thick quilt or blanket against the attic hatch to stop heat from escaping upwards. Beyond these quick wins, ensure your heating system is serviced annually and double-check smoke and CO detectors on every level. Remember, keep grills and generators outside to avoid fire hazards and carbon monoxide poisoning. These aren't just energy-saving tips, they're survival strategies for your most important shelter. Section 16. Car Kit Sanity Check. Problem: snowed in on the interstate happens faster than Netflix skips intro. You leave for a quick errand, the weather turns unexpectedly, and suddenly you're stuck on the highway, surrounded by whiteout conditions. Your phone's dead, the heat's gone, and help is hours away. A car can become a death trap in a severe winter storm if you're not prepared for an unexpected stranding. Solution: wool blanket, LED flare, and a coffee can with toilet paper rolls soaked in rubbing alcohol. Makes a safe heater for 20 minutes. Seniors, they never hit the road in winter without a fully stocked car kit. Do you know why? Because they understand how quickly a short drive can turn into a critical survival situation. Pro tip: your car kit needs to be more than just jumper cables. Include a high-quality wool blanket. It'll keep you warm even if it gets damp. Pack an LED flare for signaling. It lasts longer and is safer than traditional flares. And here's a classic trick. A coffee can with toilet paper rolls soaked in rubbing alcohol makes a safe, temporary heater for about 20 minutes. Just light it carefully inside the can. Crucially, if you use any internal heat source, crack a window 1 finger width. CO is silent but not stupid, and you don't want to trade cold for poisoning. Also, pack non-perishable snacks, a flashlight, booster cables, and traction aids like kitty litter or sand. Your car is an extension of your home, and it needs to be prepped just as thoroughly.